all here.
We are live.
Take a roll call. I don't have sound. Where's my sound?
Totally live. Take that out of my ear. Hi, everybody.
Hello. I have no sound.
It's muted,
Oh, well, good.
so you don't need them right now.
That
You know what? I
explains
just wanted to look cool.
Well, you
just
look,
called me out.
You do
so
look cool.
There we go.
They're there just in case. And then if you just unmute.
You don't want me to. Last time I turned something off and I ruined everything. You're like, no!
Stop it!
Turn back on!
Oh my god!
So I don't want that.
No.
I don't want that to
It'll
happen.
be. So, hi.
Hello.
everybody.
Friday.
Hi, Michael.
Hello, how are you?
I'm doing okay. How are you?
It's been a day.
Yeah.
It's been a week, actually.
It
It has.
All week, it's been a day.
Yeah, exactly. It has been a week. Been a week of all kinds of the world going to crazy.
Yeah, I can't even keep up, honestly. There's so much going on. I will say that stuff is probably always going on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Some people say handbasket. I think they're taking the limo.
hell in a limo.
They're going
We're going to hell in a
straight
limo.
in the limo. I
I
think
like
they're
this.
taking a helicopter.
Mm-hmm.
Taking the cruise ship, towing the cruise ship
Yeah.
behind them
They're refueling en route.
into hell.
Exactly. What's that?
I'll just you don't get off on my live stream and help you out. And come here. You're exactly where they always are.
All right.
We're down one.
We're down one. We lost one. Man down. Or
Because I can't be left alone. I'm just too in need.
so in before we get into the nitty gritty here, we got some news that we are going to be filming tomorrow.
Yes.
Yes.
Very exciting.
Tomorrow we will be filming.
Now you had some rehearsals, didn't you?
We did. We
How
had
did those
rehearsals.
go?
Walkthroughs,
Mark.
rehearsals.
Yeah, we had rehearsals with Mark and Dave,
Uh-huh.
and that went really well. And we
Do they have
got
their lines memorized?
lights set up. Yes, they're
Oh.
working very hard at it.
Mark was
Okay.
actually here studying.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
Yes. And then Mark had an issue. He was a little sick, so we were supposed to record last night, but just being a nice guy and didn't want to get other people sick. He
I
said,
got a
"I'm
ride
sick,"
last
and
night
so I'm
because you
like-
guys didn't film. So,
So I'm like, okay, I will.
appreciate it.
We'll wait until Monday. So we got tomorrow night. Tomorrow night we're shooting stuff, and then on Monday we are going to shoot stuff, and then we're going to tear down our set immediately after we're
Lickety
done.
split.
Hope we don't need any safeties. Any
Right?
reshoots or
Yeah. None of that.
Well, no, but I'm thinking if I'd like to keep that bit of stuff segregated somewhere, right? Like,
Right.
let's keep that set.
it was so much fun to set up the first time.
Right, yeah. Well, yeah. But if we keep those pieces by themselves and we know where they're at,
Yeah.
then we can set that up anywhere.
Yeah.
Right? It doesn't have to be
But the
there.
carpet won't match. Well, I could save the carpet, given that I
You
pulled
can
it.
save the carpet. Save the carpet. It's like what was the show? Save the cheerleader. Right?
I'll save the
Except
cheerleaders.
save
I'm not
the
saving the carpet.
Well,
See,
And
Michael,
put those over by Robbie.
you're a conversation ender.
Put those
You're
over
a
by Robbie.
conversation ender.
I know, right? He's like, I'm
Yeah.
like, save
Me.
the carpet. No,
Not gonna
I'm
do
not
it.
gonna save the carpet. All right.
I can't even guarantee I'm gonna cut it in patches big enough to cover the set.
Okay, but besides the carpet, we will have the rest of the set that we can find another piece of carpet somewhere. And I am
Carpet gate.
yeah, I know exactly. But I do have a surprise for you guys too.
Ooh, wow.
I'm going to show you what I have coming, and it's not going to be here before tomorrow, but it will be here before Monday. And course,
Gotta love those
failing 'cause
Sunday deliveries.
I can't get this thing open. No. What's that?
Gotta love those Sunday deliveries.
Yeah. I mean Monday. It'll be here Monday. Won't be here. I thought it was here today. I got a box today. And I went, oh, I got a box. That's it. And then it was some stuff for work. And I'm like, oh, it's not stuff for work. It's not. But hang on, I gotta go. I turned on two stuff. Oh, there we go. I turned on verification because you can never be too careful these days.
Nope. Double verification.
And I like, for a long time I've had like the same password that I keep recycling over and over and over again, and then finally it got leaked out. In just one thing that I use, right?
Oh, wow.
But it's a standard password that I use. And so that got leaked out. And so I switched to a password manager.
Right.
And so now I use a password manager. But coming on
Whoa,
Monday,
that looks pretty.
coming on Monday, I will present to you. Oh,
wait for it.
Wait for it. That thing is. Ta-da!
Ooh, neat.
Right?
That's fancy.
Mm-hmm.
It even has a remote.
It's got a remote. It's got a plug-in. It's got a 64 gigabyte card.
Boom mic.
It's got
It's
an
not a
extra
boom.
battery. It's got.
What do you mean?
Well, it's not on a boom.
What's that? Is that a boom?
That's not a boom.
That's not a speaker?
No, it's a mic, but it's not a boom
microphone.
mic.
It's not a boom mic. It's a.
Oh, right, fine.
Well, I mean,
A boom mic is on a boom.
I know that. I thought maybe like they got rid of the boom man and then just put a boom on it.
You would need the boom.
Well,
so that's going to be cool.
that's really cool.
I really liked it, and it wasn't too bad either. It wasn't like it was like it was in
$8,000.
the cheap range. No, it was definitely in the cheap range.
Looks
No, but anyway, yeah. So that's exciting. So I'm looking forward. We're finally going to get some more. We didn't do Wendy. We did Wendy. We did film
Wendy.
And that went really well. We got good pictures, and then I took off to my concert.
Yeah.
And now we're going to film some office scenes today and tomorrow, and then we'll get set up to film at the other office, get some other office scenes. I'm working on filming that. What?
Was that the mouse I was looking for?
No.
Oh.
There's another mouse. That one I was just one ahead.
Damn it, Carl.
Damn it, Carl. All right, so that's the exciting news on the show.
It's very exciting.
So
yeah.
I don't know what we're going to fill the
there.
rest of our time with, though, because that was pretty darn at apex of the day
Well,
for
yeah.
us
We
now.
could trade jokes.
We could trade jokes. No, thank you.
Okay.
What is on your mind, Robbie?
Misinformation.
Misinformation.
Has there been any this week? I checked the news. I couldn't really tell.
I couldn't tell
If there's any
been
misinformation
any
in the news?
misinformation. So
Something about hostilities.
like last week, we didn't go into the whole situation which is going on, the Israel Hamas thing, and that's just it's terrible. It's absolutely terrible for millions of people.
Just people, regular people.
Freaking terrible.
Well, it's pretty tough when every one of your neighbors want to kill you.
Correct. Oh yeah, no, that is the thing.
I'll bet you even the ocean somehow next on their shore somehow wants to.
Right. And so Israel has a right to defend. I mean, if somebody, if a group,
Well, they have a right to exist.
they have a right to exist. And if a group of over 1,000 people came through the southern border and killed 1,000 or so Americans, I would expect our country to respond.
Mm-hmm.
I would
Absolutely.
absolutely respect our country.
But
to
if we're only
respond.
talking about 5 or 6 ranchers, it's not that big of a deal. Because that has happened.
Oh, it absolutely has. But yeah, no, and there's a
It's a different subject, but
it is true.
And that wasn't military action so much as
Right. So Israel starts to respond, and they start, with precision bombing, and and then we have Monday night. Monday night, it comes out that Israel has bombed a hospital.
Yep,
They have destroyed intentionally destroyed a hospital.
Well, Hamas and their pals have been known to hide their weapons and whatnot in hospitals and places of worship.
Right, exactly. And why do they say that? Is because one person quoted a Reuters article, and this person was somehow connected to Netanyahu, right? Like nobody's actually even explained.
The New York Times article was sourcing Hamas representatives.
Correct.
Oh, you're taking their word for it.
Right.
Uh-huh.
There was one person that has a tenuous connection with the Israeli government that quoted this article from Reuters that said Israel bombed this hospital. He basically said what you said is yes, Hamas uses hospital in these places to put weapons, and they use these places to they use humans as shields. They use human shields to keep people,
to keep the weapons in shelters and hospitals and what have you.
So that is a lot of people's excuse for saying, well, Israel admitted it. Nobody admitted it.
Well, I thought we were all on Israel's side.
We are.
Okay.
They're not.
These people, or the Hamas people, obviously.
Here's an example. Here is just a fine example of one of these things. Dr. Omar Suleiman.
Yeah, he's not going to be on the Jews' side.
Israel just bombed a Christian hospital in Gaza and murdered over 500 Palestinians.
How did they know the number of people?
Phosphorus chemical bombs confirmed by Human Rights Watch is not enough to open your eyes. Over 1,000 dead children wasn't enough. So this is what they tell you. This is what they tell you. And then what happens is our news folks pick this stuff up and just report it.
And it's more important to them to be first than factual.
Correct.
That's just modern journalism today.
Here is a member of Congress. Israel just bombed the Baptist hospital, killing 500 Palestinians.
And no one asks the important questions like, how did you have a body count so quick?
Like,
because these reports came out like within the
10
hour.
minutes after the bombing.
He just reports it without researching it.
Yes. So
well, you see smoke. There's a building on fire. It's got to be what they're talking about,
right?
Except the footage the New York Times used wasn't even current. Wasn't even in Palestine.
It's really bad, you guys.
No, and this set off people all over the world to riot and start fires at embassies.
God!
I understand getting mad at Israel's embassy. Why are they attacking America's embassy? I mean, just like the protesters we had at the Capitol this week. Mm-hmm. Just throwing this out there to people that don't know, the U.S. has zero power over Israel or Palestine. Zero. They're their own countries. We're our own country. Yes. There's no point in protesting at the U.S. Capitol over this.
No, and our influence has waned a lot over the last few years, and we can recommend. We absolutely send money to these countries. We absolutely support them with weapons.
The divider in chief has already pledged, I don't know how many million for.
We send money to Gaza, and we send money to the Palestinians, and we send money to the West Bank too.
We send money to Iran,
and we send money to Iran, and so the news station picks this up. It says Israel bombed a hospital, intentionally killed 500 people, right? And people around the world went crazy and started rioting and started fires. And then we find out
by the next morning.
The next morning, we get this video that it actually was a parking lot.
And the person who first reported, there'll be no punishment to
There
that
have
person.
not. There have not even been retractions. There've just been stealth edits.
Right. The second thing is it was not Israel.
Oh!
Islamic Jihad were launching rockets towards Israel.
Homemade rockets.
Homemade rockets.
Which were stupid, just fire and forget type
which are
ballistics.
Right. So they were firing, and one of them misfired.
Because there's
landed in the parking lot. So they did this to themselves.
Wow.
And there's no.
And yet they spun it the way they wanted to spin it in the best way. Yeah.
Immediately.
So they did the damage.
And there's still people that will not admit that it was a. It didn't happen. And so
like a terrorist congresswoman from where's she from again? Michigan, something like that?
Yes.
Is it Michigan?
It is Michigan.
Yeah.
Or Minnesota. One's in Minnesota, one's in Michigan.
I think she's because
I had it up a few minutes ago here. We'll find it again. It was Rashida Tlaib.
Yeah.
And so, I mean,
and she's got a Palestinian flag hanging outside her office at the U.S. Congress. I'm sorry, which government were you elected to?
Mm-hmm. That should be America right in front of your office.
Yeah.
The great state of Wisconsin will not apologize for its cheese.
It was Vermont.
It was Vermont. Shut up. The great state of Vermont will not apologize for its cheese.
Yeah, because the other terrorist from Somalia is from Minnesota.
Yes. Okay, here it is. Yes. Rashida Tlaib. That was the one I showed earlier. Yeah. Israel just bombed the Baptist hospital, killing 500 Palestinians. Doctors, children, just like that.
And she doesn't feel stupid for posting that?
No, she's puppeting just what they want. And she even at the protest, she's on the microphone, giving her fake crocodile tears about, feel bad for the children and whatnot. And like, you mean the innocent Israeli ones that you guys attacked the day before?
The whole world's coming. And then I don't understand why.
I think it was Human Rights Watch went in, or some humanitarian group came in and gave them plumbing, fresh water pipes and whatnot, that Hamas dug up the pipes and used them to make rockets.
Right.
Yes. Yeah.
They would rather have sewage running down their canals or what have you
than have Jews.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's hate on.
Then have Jews next door, not even in their neighborhood.
Right.
Yeah. This right here shows exactly what they did. Hamas militants show how they make rockets out of water pipe. They pull water pipe, and then they complain that Israel is not sending enough water to Gaza.
Well, fuck you.
It's the world is gone insane. It is absolutely gone insane. Wow. That these people don't care enough.
Yeah.
About the and yet we get people all over to tell us how horrible America is and how horrible Israel is because
right. Wow.
And then this is what and nobody recognizes that they fire hundreds and hundreds of rockets.
Mm-hmm.
And they don't stop. I mean, it's not like this stops.
Wow.
I mean, war sucks. I mean,
that's not a war.
We did so much fighting the last 20 years that it's just. But
that's not a war, though.
Right? No, it's
that's
not.
Them picking a fight.
Terrorism. Yeah. No. Exactly.
For the betterment of their own families, they can't just, do something like turn the other cheek.
Yeah, it's surprising the
right.
generations still haven't changed at all.
And how they tout their religion. They say Islam's a religion of peace. Could we see some of it?
That would be good.
Did they ever go on shows justifying how?
Yeah, they say Israel started it.
And then that's just it?
Yeah, and if you ask them when, you might as well go back 1,000 years. I mean, we're going back to the pyramids here.
Like, I saw somebody posted a meme that said, I'd like to thank our generation for collectively giving up ironing. As in, like, screw this, we're done.
Yeah,
never gonna do this. And so as we culturally changed it because we didn't like it. And it was kind of like this idea of that each generation can control the narrative if it's a strong enough issue.
Did you see my response to the ironing bit?
No, I didn't.
Oh gosh, it was something like, I can assure you, your statement implies that I at one time did such a thing. And I can assure you, had I ever done such a thing, it was only so I could stop doing such things.
Yeah, that was funny. Well, that's just all sucky and sad, and it's not going to stop anytime soon. It's only going to get worse. So how is this going to?
I mean, it's just.
What's the next thing that's going to happen?
Israel's going to do everything in their power to remove Hamas from wherever they find them.
That's awesome.
And
like shooting in the street?
Well, they're going to go after militants, but
I think
but the militants are hiding amongst the people, the townsfolk.
There's an entire network of tunnels underneath Gaza, and especially Gaza City. They have built.
They don't have those water pipes.
Tunnels.
They've dug out tunnels for infiltration.
God!
And for hiding out, and so they can go from here to there to there to there.
That's committed shit.
And so
this is where we need daisy cutters.
Why?
Right.
For those who don't know, a daisy cutter is a 10,000-pound fuel air bomb that was used designed in Vietnam, if I remember right, to basically blow out an LZ on the quick.
Right.
A fuel air bomb pretty much sucks in all the air and just blows it all out that way. And they take care of hardened underground bunkers beautifully.
Oh.
Beautifully.
Right.
But you have to drop them pair retarded out of the back of a C-130.
Yeah, and a lot of those are in.
I don't know. Israel has
they're
any,
in
but
heavily civilian areas too, and so Israel's been doing this for a long time. Like they use text messages, so they'll pick a building, and if they find a building that has Hamas in it, or they know it's like
ammo stores
or whatever, they will do a couple different things. They usually know the civilians that live there. They'll hit them with text messages. They'll do a reverse phone call thing to them, and then they'll send a small bomb that detonates over the building. It's like they call it door knocking.
Oh wow!
And they say they blow up these bombs, and they say, "Okay, we're giving you warning that you're."
God, that's so Canadian of them.
The problem is they're about to destroy your building. They're about to destroy everything you own. So I mean, there's no.
But they have given the people time and notice to evacuate this sector. It's like, we're clearing you out of this sector. So at this point, the only ones that would remain would be considered militants.
Correct. So back to the misinformation. This is BBC News Channel.
Okay.
This is their response. We have reviewed our coverage of the immediate aftermath of an explosion at the Al-Hali Arab Hospital in Gaza City on Tuesday night. During this, our correspondent was giving instant analysis on the ground from Jerusalem in what was a confusing and difficult story.
It wasn't even there.
The program repeatedly made it clear that it had yet to verify who was behind the blast, including in the questioning by the presenter. The correspondent said that the Israels had been contacted and were investigating, adding, "It's hard to see what else this could be, really, given the size of the explosion, other than an Israeli airstrike." So they admit right there that they pretty much said on the air, this has to be an Israeli airstrike. He did explain that in his experience as a reporter in Gaza, he had never seen explosions of this scale caused by rockets being fired out of the territory. Well, when you hit a bunch of cars in a parking lot,
make some kind of a noise.
Your bomb, your rocket misfires right after
It's got all the fuel still in the rocket.
All of the fuel is still in the rocket, right?
So it's not just the warhead; it's the fuel to get it there.
Fuel of the fire.
Right. We accept that even in this fast-moving situation, it was wrong to speculate in this way. Although he did not at any point report that it was an Israeli strike. Bullshit. That's absolute bullshit. This doesn't represent the entirety of BBC's output, and anyone watching, listening to, or reading our coverage can see we have set out both sides' competing claims about the explosion, clearly showing who is saying them and what. So they basically, there's no apology. There's no.
That's not even a retraction.
There's not a retraction. There's nothing that says, we're sorry that we almost set off a global incident by misreporting this whole thing.
And they
we're sorry
that
we, that this story right here canceled the supposed summit between President Biden,
this what canceled that?
The Palestinian Authority president, the president of Jordan, and the president of Egypt. This misrepresentation canceled that
actual thing.
I think it's a king of Jordan.
You're correct. It's the king of Jordan. It's not a president.
Still. That's insane.
It makes a difference. King.
Yeah.
President.
Especially your term of service.
I'm on your side. I don't care. Mad at him today.
So I don't understand why. What is it that being first and trying to find any way to criticize Israel is the goal of a lot of these folks? Why? And why
what do they want?
Why does the media seem to want us to go into a global conflict? Is it because they don't make enough? Is it because of ratings? Is it because of
God? Could you even imagine?
I mean,
they're going to higher ratings during World War III.
Oh, World War III will bring them all the ratings. There'll be people watching every day. This is people in a school, in high school, in San Francisco, marching through the halls, shouting anti-Jewish slogans.
What?
Yeah,
correct.
Do you have
what the F?
Do you have our Ivy League responses?
Oh yeah,
how do these children even know about this news?
Because this is the cool thing to be
politically aware.
Yeah, this is the cool thing to be anti-Israel, to be pro
Gaza. That's so insane. That's
so
slogan. Un-American to be anti-Jew and Israeli, and that's not cool.
There's a slogan that they use, and it's from the river to the sea, Palestine will be free.
Right.
Which means from the
Jordan,
the Jordanian River to the Mediterranean Sea. That's supposed to be all Palestine and Arab territory. The Jews are supposed to go where? That's the question.
You know what's strange? Israel allows religious freedom.
They absolutely do.
You know,
let's look that up.
You can go be
Google that.
You can go be Muslim or Arab in Israel. Many are.
Arabs live in Israel. According to Israel Central Bureau Statistics, the Arab Israeli population in 2023 was 2.1 million,
Wow.
representing 21% of the
Wow.
nation's population.
That's pretty big.
Not only do they live there, they're able to vote. They're able to.
Oh!
They're able to be in government. There are Arab representatives. The people of Israel, the Jewish people, would welcome a way to
How can
live
they be
together.
bad guys?
They would welcome a way to live together. They really would. I mean,
Glad that didn't happen here.
Netanyahu is not a popular leader. There's
Yahoo.com?
but what's that?
Yahoo.com?
Netanyahu.
Oh!
Bibi Netanyahu.
Sorry,
He's come in and out of power in Israel multiple times.
Yahoo.com! Not that one.
No. Netanyahu. I guess
The world is bigger than my house.
We're teaching Jody. We're
God,
getting her out.
Here we go.
She's
Yes.
still, she's still thinking Prime Minister Diane or Sharon.
August 30, 2020.
Minister Diane was during the 6-Day War, and Sharon was during the 90s.
I was going to say, isn't Churchill still at
Yeah.
going at it?
Yeah, right.
He's got 3 crutches now.
So there are protests all over the world. Now, the Dutch, the Netherlands, they said, you're not going to protest in our train station.
Uh-huh.
I'm not giggling about this yet. This was what happens to
Holy
protesters
crap!
in the Dutch train station.
Holy crap, they're not effing around.
No.
They're whacking.
they get their whacking
You know, the
stick.
Brits used to have.
You got a sticking stick.
You got a
they
sticking
got a
stick.
whacking stick.
You know, the Brits used to have these kind of balls.
Mm.
They lost them somewhere.
Now, then, and there's not, and it's not like there's a whole bunch. I mean, it's not like there's hundreds of them.
No, but they are
And I mean,
getting the crowd to disperse.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Nope. They're telling them, you
Holy
need to
crackers.
go away. Get
Yeah.
out of here.
Because
Yeah, this
you're
train
disturbing-
station's for train business.
It's
Yeah.
safety. You're not needed here.
Correct.
No, you don't get to do
There's
it here.
nothing you're going to do here that's going to affect what your problem is there.
Right. So
Right.
that just means these protesters are just like kind of stupid on that forefront.
Yep.
They're angry and confused, so they don't know what to do.
Just like the
And then
protesters
there
here.
was,
Well-
you mentioned the Harvard thing earlier, too.
Well, the
See if
Ivy
we
League
can
schools,
find
actually, because it
something.
was more than.
Oh,
They're not
yeah,
Sadly,
no,
it was
is.
more than-
So Penn, University of Penn is a Ivy League school.
Penn?
They are, they are the Wharton School of
So is
Business.
Brown.
Oh.
The Wharton School of Business is a big business school, and it's located at the University of Pennsylvania.
Well, this is why I already
And,
don't like them because they're so, hey, we're just snobs.
So 30 plus student groups, 30 plus student groups at Harvard put out this statement that said Israel was responsible for everything that happened. On the day after the massacre, these groups came out and said Israel was responsible.
Wow, way to think for
And
yourself,
30
Ivy
groups.
Leaguer.
30 groups signed this petition. Well, then a CEO of some company said, okay, name.
Start writing down their
Start
names.
writing down their names. Who are the people in these groups?
I want to make sure we never hire any of
Well.
these people.
Oh,
Yeah. So all of a sudden,
And then several CEOs signed that letter.
yeah. And then, so all
Oh,
of a sudden, it started getting retracted. These
Ah.
groups started saying, "We as a group did not make this. One person
Ah.
made this."
No, you have to walk away from a fight. That's what we've always
Right.
been taught. If you're looking at the fight or part of it, you get in trouble. You have to be
Mhm.
leaving the fight. So no, that's awesome. That's just stupid kids being stupid kids and
Right.
adults putting them in their place.
But I saw something the other day too, that we talk about Harvard and all these Ivy League schools, that there's a whole lot of ideological crap that's going on
Right.
with these students at these schools, but they're still filling up all of the hedge funds. Like all the hedge funds are still hiring the people from Harvard Business School. So
right, because
okay,
that's
so
part
yeah,
of the old boys
I
club.
get
still.
your Marxist, collectivism, but when it comes down to it, we're still going to hire you to our hedge
and
fund
not
to make
us. They're
people
going to hire
money.
them,
So,
not us. So that's
exactly.
So that's a game that we know we're not going to win. So we're kind of like leave them doing their thing, but we have to infiltrate some other way. We can't let them be the lawmakers.
Right. There was one student who, and this is happening all over. It's crazy. I'm trying to find this.
So glad we live here.
There was a member that she was like the head of the Harvard Law bar. She was the Harvard bar president, and let's see. And so she actually came out with this statement, and the law firm that was going to hire her basically said, "Nope, sorry, we're rescinding your offer." She got kicked off
because of what she said.
Removed as president of the bar. Oh yeah.
Was it something that deserved to be kicked off?
Yeah, she basically said the same thing. That Israel was responsible for all of the violence.
I just don't understand how it's cool to think that. Like that's the cool, trendy thing to think. What has Palestine given you that makes you so on their side? Right. What have they done?
Right, exactly. So there's a campaign against anti-Semitism. They've got some good stuff here. I've seen there was one. There was one lady last night that was like, she like lost 2 different jobs. Yeah.
It does go to show you can't. We have already shown this. You can't say what you want, or if you do say what you want, there could be repercussions.
Right. Like this guy.
Your freedom of speech is an agreement with the government.
Yeah, not
with the public.
Yeah.
Right. So this guy in London was writing colonizer on posters of hostages kidnapped by Hamas terrorists.
Wow.
Right. So just so happened he had his company name on his jacket. So we go in and we find out that Carlisle, we were releasing notified a member of staff writing discriminatory messages on there. We do not tolerate such behavior and are dealing with the incident accordingly. So, it's funny because this is happening all over the world. This is happening in, like, there was a dentist in Miami that was tearing down these signs, and they identified him, and he got canned. There was a lady that was like she was in Southern California, and she was like president of the Asian Bar Association there, and like worked for the comptroller. Mm-hmm. And it was like the legal counselor for the comptroller of some city there.
What's a comptroller?
It's like accounts payable, accounts receivable for the for the state.
Yeah, exactly. It's
What's
like
a
the accountant.
A proctor's an instructor.
Oh, okay,
right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry. Okay.
Or the person administering the test.
Yes, thank you.
Yep.
Okay, so she was this lady.
Mm-hmm. And so she got, and I can find it quick, but I'm not. But yeah, she was canned from both positions.
Well, again, what you believe and what you say.
Today's stupid games.
Sarah, I found her.
Ha!
Well, you gotta be easy to find these days.
Sarah Chowdhury, an Illinois. Okay, so this is Illinois attorney in the state's comptroller's office has been fired after her anti-Semitic social messages were shared with her employer. Here is a sampling.
Ooh.
Berman should have all been.
These look like private messages.
Ago.
Wow.
So someone.
Oh yeah. She. This was a private message between her and a Jewish person.
All you Zionists will pay.
The Jewish person was actually like.
That's awesome. Talk dirty to me.
Yeah, talk dirty to me. Hopefully, someone sends you anthrax or poison, and you die a slow, terrible death. I mean.
Oh my God!
I'd rather put you in a gas chamber. Bet you'd like that. I mean, how do these people think they're going to get away with this?
Yeah, is that possible?
Ow! just.
Why the hate? What did they do to you?
That's what I don't get either. It's like,
I-
you personally, what do they do to you?
They haven't done anything.
But if there's videos of school children in Palestine, and they're younger than Benji, first graders and whatnot, and they're probably happy about how excited they are for them to get a chance to kill, and it's
go.
just
What's that?
Miami dentist in black named
Ah.
Ahmed El Kousa was fired from a clinic after he was caught in a bystander video tearing down photos of kidnapped Israeli civilians. He claims he did it to promote peace.
Nuts. That's a.
And the
Oh man, that's his headshot.
Yes.
It's got a headshot.
oh yeah, no, that's him. He's a nice looking man.
But
We are very sad to see the situation upon waking up. Our office, CG Smile, is not in favor of any of the
they're
actions
not
taken by
smiling
Dr.
over
El Kousa.
this.
We do not support terrorist groups. Actions or
The dentist has
supporters
to tell you
have
that.
been removed from our staff, all of our social media pages and groups. So it's
Where the
I
dentists have to get involved. The whole
Right.
world's gone insane.
So I mean these, but the problem is just how do people think that this is okay?
yeah.
on the
How?
smut front. Mia Khalifa fired from her writer position at Playboy. And just in case anyone doesn't know, she would be under a sentence of death if she returned to her home country.
Correct. Right.
What'd she do?
She's Lebanese,
Okay.
and she did one or two scenes where she's wearing her Arab garb, her
Uh-huh.
hijab and whatnot.
Uh-huh.
Adult scenes.
Oh.
Yeah, she's a porn star.
Oh,
She's
okay.
former.
a
Was she
former
talking-
Islamic porn star.
Yeah.
Is still porn adjacent.
Well, she was a writer for Playboy
Okay.
up until
Yeah.
the other day.
Yeah.
And so
And then she was tweeting out some rather horrible, just the same
Yeah.
And
I'm trying to find her.
executive director or whatever, Playboy put
Oh.
out a statement about we're disassociating ourselves with her from here on out.
uh-huh.
Yeah,
She,
and they were pretty bad.
She actually asked. Let's see. She actually put out a tweet that said, "Could the freedom fighters please turn your phones to portrait when you're
Filming the
filming
massacres you're
the
committing."
massacres you're doing?" That was her thing. She decided that she didn't like that they were filming in portrait or in
In portraits,
or
one in
she was
landscape.
filming in portrait, and she said, "Turn to landscape, please."
And then
Yeah.
her employer said, "You can go to the unemployment line." And like I said, she is not welcome back in her home country. She's probably not welcome back in any
Here
other
it
country.
is. Found it. Can someone please tell the freedom fighters in Palestine to flip their phones and film horizontal? I don't understand.
Such hate.
It's just
Wow, I'm so glad I'm not them. Like, I'm so glad my heart is full of happiness.
And she doesn't
Right.
know any of them.
Of course not.
And no one from Israel has ever attacked her or her family.
Nope. Nope.
correct.
I feel like, I mean, I would have assumed that everybody was going against Palestine and for Israel and all of the protests. I couldn't even understand. Are there more
20 years ago, you'd have been right.
What?
So, and that's there. So there was reports that, a lot of the government seems to be, but the folks that we've elected, a lot of them do seem to be supporting Israel.
Okay.
The president, I actually,
This is actually a good job.
Found
Good job, Joe.
myself agreeing with some, and I was talking to a friend of mine the other day that said the same thing. I agreed with some of the things he was saying the other night.
What was
And-
he saying that
and,
you agreed with?
Just about the support and about that,
In between the mumbles.
Yeah, the statement he made when he was in Israel the other night was a decent statement. That we still need to support Israel. We need to find a way to stop this.
I agree with what he was trying to. The point he was trying to get across. I take it as another example of his feebleness and his age-related dementia that I'm more than confident he's suffering from. When he used terms like, "Of all the information I've seen, I could tell that it was the other team, not your guys."
Right.
Speaking to Netanyahu, I was like,
yeah.
The other team? This isn't flag football,
this
dude.
Isn't football. Yeah, no, right. There's no teams here.
And not your guys.
Right. Yeah, that doesn't make sense.
Exactly.
And that's almost a direct quote, you know.
Right. But then he goes and says this. At a fundraiser, President Biden tells attendees that the Saudis wanted to recognize Israel and Hamas may have attacked because they knew I was about to sit down with the Saudis. So he made it about himself.
What the hell?
That's why Hamas attacked Israel, is because Joe Biden was going to sit down with the Saudis. Well,
this was a major operation that was carried out.
This was planned for years.
Yeah, I seriously doubt.
Oh, really?
There's the amount of it's kind of like the Tet Offensive in '68. You know, we're used to the ceasefire, so everyone's ready for the ceasefire. Correct. The ceasefire's announced just for their own religious holiday, and that's when they attacked.
Yep. And there was. It's been relatively peaceful in the area for the last few years.
Just so they can get complacent.
It has been relatively peaceful.
So many families moved there.
Well, they were busy. You know, the Arabs were busy practicing their paragliding, and and they're busy digging tunnels. You know, pulling up piping for rockets.
And
they came over paragliding for infiltration
into a music festival, and just slaughtered people at a music festival. It happened while I was in Southern California at a music festival, and there were a few times where I thought, "What?
Mm-hmm.
What would you do? What would you do?
You'd be a sitting duck.
Do this,
and then, run in a zigzag pattern."
Yeah,
I'd see you run.
Yeah, well, I'd have to wait for you.
Shut up!
Yeah. So. And then there was I don't know if you heard too, that the U.S. Navy actually intercepted a bunch of missiles fired from Yemen, headed for Israel.
Oh, well, at least in that direction.
That's, you know, they didn't get through Israel. Because our Navy out in the Red Sea, I believe it was able to intercept these missiles.
How do you intercept? Blow them up?
You shoot another missile at them.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you have to have like this projection.
Well, technically, so
or they heat seeking.
You've got a missile in the air, so you're going to fire I think we're up to like standard missile block 3 or 4 now, and it's a dummy. It's not a dummy, but it's a dumb fire and forget kind of missile, and you just shoot 2 of them right at the target. Then you re-aim, shoot a 3rd one, and then just before the missile gets to the target, you hit it with an illuminator, and that directs it to the target. And it blows up like right in front of it or right by it. Just all the shrapnel and all that, and the explosion will blow up the rocket. It doesn't actually make contact and blow up.
Okay.
Kind of blows up in the vicinity of.
Okay.
Creates this big ball of chaos for it to fly through and get fouled.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. And that could set off secondary explosions from the missile that the weapon coming at you. But that's also
so they intercepted these missiles from Yemen.
Knocked it out of the skies.
Knocked it out of the skies. And then did anyone claim those, or was Yemen?
Well, they knew they came from Yemen.
Is there a terrorist group in Yemen, or is that Yemen government?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, is that a yes? Yes.
Pretty much. Yemen and Saudi Arabia have been at war for the last few years.
I don't really know anything about Yemen.
Yeah. So they've been fighting back and forth, but there is
Big country, small country.
Yeah, but big country, but not like a big country of influence.
Correct.
Okay, just
I mean,
desert.
they got real
very-
estate,
they're
but they
a
don't
poor
have.
country.
They,
They're a pretty poor country.
yeah, they got real estate. They got people. They they can throw meat into the grinder.
Yeah.
But they don't have like
But
big
it's not a
cities
place
of
that
industry
American
or
has industry and capital. Is it a very American?
No.
No. It's
Okay.
it's a Islamic country.
Very Islamic.
And I believe they're
occasionally an
Shia,
uncontested
correct?
country
and so
or a contested territory.
well, yeah, because they're fighting with Saudi Arabia.
Yeah,
Do these places have McDonald's?
you wouldn't want it.
No.
No, you wouldn't want a McDonald's. I'd say west of Singapore. Actually, you wouldn't want the one in Singapore either.
Because of the cow thing.
No, that would be India. There's this sauce they put on them in Singapore that was just, oh my gosh, there's like barbecue and ketchup, and you couldn't get them to not put it on the damn burger. It was
So they do have a
rendang
McDonald's in
sauce, I think they
Singapore.
called it.
Clearly, you've never been to Singapore.
Oh yeah, in Singapore, yeah, Singapore's got religious freedom as well. But say in India, yeah, you're not getting that burger.
What's their main food in India then? Fish?
Curry,
What is there a
curry,
meat in that?
lamb.
Lamb. Okay.
But yeah, fish coming out of the same river the entire town bathes in. Yeah.
Bodies and probably.
I bet you if someone gave them plumbing, that river would turn blue, within a year or two.
Is it brown?
Yeah.
So if our government wasn't incompetent enough, one final little story. The White House just docks U.S. Special Forces in Israel. They posted this pic with a bunch of special operators with their faces and their tattoos visible.
Oh no!
Left it up for an hour and then deleted it.
Oh
and
no!
said,
Whoops.
"Oops, sorry, we just exposed your identity to the world." Where I believe these were some Delta Force guys.
Sure, but he's round white-skinned dude over there. Round-eyed white-skinned dude over there in wherever he's doing operations at.
Yeah.
I think he'll stick out in the crowd.
Well, I mean, maybe, but I don't know. That guy does.
What's interesting about the tattoos that everybody has them, like just working at the school. There are so many tattoos, not a thing, and just like our
exactly.
our heroes are all tatted up, and it's just it's just a cultural thing for America to have.
No,
And I can't really remember any teacher in school.
Never.
Or if they did have tattoos, they had long sleeves every day of the year.
Correct. Or they were in the Navy, or they were in some kind of a.
But still, they wore long sleeves.
And now your doctor, your lawyer, your priest, all have tats.
Yeah,
I saw a cop
no,
with sleeves the
everybody.
other day.
I don't. Do you have any? Do you?
I have one.
Ooh, you've got tattoos.
Yeah, I got like 7.
Yeah, I don't. I thought about getting a couple here and there, but I just never done
Yeah,
it.
I got my first one. It was cool. Got my second one. It's totally cool.
Yeah.
Third one. But I tell you, after, I'd say starting with the third one, it's like as soon as the guy started on me, why the fuck did I put myself through this again? Got an hour to look forward to. And then, then there's the fourth one. It's the same thing. And then by like my 7th one, and I was 25 when I got my 7th one.
Oh wow.
And I was like, yeah, no, trust me, that hook's out of my mouth, dude. I don't need to do this again.
I got one to impress my boyfriend, and I wanted it in a spot where my theatrical career would never.
We're
be.
online, Jody.
Huh?
We're online.
Well, it doesn't mean it's not. It's just in a place where my theatrical career, I could have my arms and my legs to my neck exposed without there being a tattoo there. So the fact that I even thought about placement.
It's on your butt.
It's on my butt.
No, my God, I didn't know
there.
that. Oh.
No, it's not on my butt.
Oh.
Hello? We have a visitor.
Oh.
Oh, God.
Hey.
Hey.
Visitor.
Can you give her your keys?
Yes, I can. How are you?
I've got the lights turned on for you. And
sweet.
if you go in the back door, it's just the knob that's locked,
Okay.
not the deadbolt.
What's that? It was a weird.
It
It was a weird person.
I will be exiting shortly.
Ugh.
I was afraid one of those people came in thinking they can spend the night.
Well, there's a couple of couches. There are some
couches.
couches.
We just got a new
around
couch,
here.
yeah.
How about some cheese bread?
Thank you
We
very
got cheese bread over
Afterwards,
there.
I'm probably gonna be like, yeah. I get ravenous.
We're doing our live stream.
Yeah.
Oh, am I being recorded on your
No one's watching your live stream.
Well, your voice is. You're not on.
You're not on camera, sir.
And you're
But
gonna edit it out.
No,
no,
we're
it's
live.
live. It's absolutely live right now.
But you're not on camera.
Yeah, you're not on camera.
You're off camera.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for setting me up for success.
And I told you we were, what's it, vlogging maybe?
Yeah, maybe.
I don't remember what I called it.
You were streaming tomorrow from that store.
No, we're filming tomorrow in that store.
Filming tomorrow.
We do this every Friday.
One more day tomorrow.
Out.
Good night. Yes, good to see you. Where? I'll stand up for a hug real quick. Yep.
I'll stay here and talk to you.
You stay here and talk.
So it's bye week for the Cincinnati Bengals, and we're all excited to take a week off. We can sleep in on Sunday because that 9 a.m. kickoff really interrupts the hangover. That's what it is. So, but we got, I think, like 11 games left. Be really excited. Joe Burrow's coming out of his rut. He's looking pretty good. Defense looked pretty solid against the Chicken Hawks. And got the Niners coming up after not Sunday, but next Sunday. Niners are looking tough this year, but we're just going to knock them in the mouth and, show them some good football. I could keep going on. All you guys that are listening. So let's see what else is there. Cats are good pets. If you guys like cats. If anyone needs a radial arm saw, I have one I can just give you or sell to you for a really great bargain. Come shop at Rethink Home. You're gonna love it. I got lots of great stuff. You got a new couch. You're gonna love it. Some Chinese panels with painted porcelain and black elm wood. They look really great. New console table is perfect for you. And just regular good stuff that you haven't bought yet, but lots of it. How are you? Let me know in the comments. I'll wait.
All right, coming back.
All right, yeah, Rob's coming back, so we're going to turn it over to him.
All right, yeah.
Rob Gamble, a local favorite.
Yeah.
No one commented.
No.
Because I was talking to the crowd.
Yeah. One of them.
Is there one today?
All right, yeah. We've had one the whole time.
Oh, nice.
We've
Oh,
had-
hi, how are
we've
you?
had both of them, yeah. All right, Jody, come say bye. All right, well, for Jody.
I'll speak for her.
Yeah,
Since,
I will speak for Jody
uh,
and all the rest
we'll
of
wave.
us. We will see you next week, and we'll have some more lovely, beautiful, good stories. Hopefully,
Yes.
Hopefully, we'll have some good news next week.
Well, actually, it's all about bye week.
Yeah, right.
Yes.
Unless we get invaded or something, that might be a bad thing.
Invaded more.
Invaded more. Yeah, I didn't know you were there. All right. Thank you. Good night. Goodbye. We're ending. Wait.